Hi there, I'm Alex Jensen. I thought I would take this time to tell you a little bit about myself before jumping into the dispositions. I think that would help you understand the dispositions a little bit better. So I currently teach first grade at a public school in Illinois. This will be my 5th year teaching, only my 2nd year in first grade. I also have experience teaching 3rd grade and kindergarten. I started off teaching at a private Catholic school, and I really loved it, but unfortunately the salary played a big factor in finding a new job at public school in the suburbs, which I love just as much. So the first disposition that I strongly agreed with was educators should believe that all students can learn and should set and support realistic expectations for student success. So this is something I definitely believe. All students can learn, they just might learn in a different way. And I think it's important to address that to your students. I always tell them something that's really easy for you might be really hard for somebody else. So it's our job as teachers to figure out which ways they learn best so that we can help them succeed and grow. Right. The next one was educators should be sensitive to individual learning and social needs of students and embrace the cultural diversity of the community, especially embracing the cultural differences. I really agreed with that. Working in a public school, there's so many different religions and holidays that we celebrate. When I worked at a Catholic school, one thing all had in common was our religion, the holidays we celebrated, Christmas, Easter. So that was a good way to start off our relationship, I think. But it was a bit hard to transition from Catholic school to public school. I had to be careful not to bring up religion or the certain holidays that I might just be familiar with. So part of our curriculum is teaching different cultures and traditions, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, all the different holidays, so that we can build that knowledge so we can embrace the other traditions. Right? The final one that I am going to talk about that I strongly agreed with was educators should recognize that reflection combined with experience leads to growth as a professional. So this was actually taught during my undergrad and how important that reflection was as a teacher. At my first school, I taught there for 2 years. I don't think I reflected as much as I should have, but I think that was because I was never evaluated. It was a very small school. It was just me as the 3rd grade teacher. I didn't have a team. So now at the school that I teach at now, reflection's a big part of our evaluation. So it's something I do all the time with my team. I have 2 other first grade teachers we meet with frequently. I am also lucky enough to have a special education teacher that pushes into my room. So I reflect with them on many things. It's nice to kind of have other people to reflect things on. So that's one I really, really strongly agree with. One that I think I might need to work on. Educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationships with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. So this one I put undecided, only because when I first read it, relationships with others, I thought of students. I think as teachers, we're always putting the kids first, so that was my first thought, and I do agree, but at the same time with the students, I think, you need to let them know you're not their friend, you're their teacher. So being stern at times, disciplining at times is really important. Now in terms of relationships with adults, that's totally different. I 100% would agree. I think I just put undecided because I wasn't sure which way to look at it. But that's why I included both explanations. So just to wrap up, I just want to finish by listing the different qualities that I think a teacher should possess, which are professionalism, friendliness, good at communicating, good at disciplining when appropriate, creating a positive learning environment for students and for coworkers, so not just a positive classroom, but a positive workplace. And most importantly, getting to know our students and helping them succeed, doing the best we can to help them grow. I think that's, why we all become teachers. So thank you for taking the time to hear about my dispositions and beliefs as an educator.